Hi y'all, welcome to my shop. Got an interesting little simple beginner project. Mini lathes often come with knockout bars that have knobs that in my opinion are too small. If you look at the larger lathes, they tend to have larger knockout bars, and the only difference between large and small is the size of the lathe, but the requirement to give a nice hard strike with your hand is the same on both of them, and you don't necessarily need less pressure on a smaller mini lathe. So this can be hard on your hands, especially if you got arthritis. It's never good to stress your tendons. So we're going to replace the knob on one of these. They're both threaded. They're slightly different sizes. I'm going to do this one that came with my Laguna, and it's got a 1/4 inch by 20 thread. And we could do it two different ways. We can either use a little insert.
And an insert certainly works well if you have one that fits your threaded rod and a drill bit that fits it, and if you don't have a threaded tap like this, which I found easier.
So the first step is find you a nice, very dry piece of hardwood. Could be domestic. I'm going to use something like dogwood or persimmon, but in this case I've got a piece of mesquite that I think is going to work real well, and it's got a little crack on the sides, not big enough to do much anything else, so I think this will be fine for that. So simply mark centers.
So we mounted between centers and turned it around with our spindle roughing gouge.
Second, to ramp up the speed. Take a peeling cut. That's why I like to have the spindle roughing gouge shaped the traditional way, not round, not with the wings back, but straight across. So you can take that peeling cut. Turn a big bead, anchor the tool, ride the bevel, and bring it around. Parting tool, and we're just going to part it down just a bit back. Not too much. This doesn't even have to be a perfect sphere, just got to be comfortable on your hand. Our next operation is going to be a drilling operation. We're going to drill a hole that we can tap. I happen to have a small 1/4 inch tap, and the drill bit it goes with that, which is a number 7, whatever the heck that is. It's going to be a drilling operation. We're going to drill a hole. I lost the footage to drilling, but it looks, I mounted the drill bit in the drill chuck, so it looks like this. Alright, I'm just going to verify the depth of this hole matches and exceeds these threads by just a little bit, and it does. Tough wood. Okay, we'll go through a few grits of sandpaper. I'm going to use a little bit of sanding butter. We're just going to rub it, shine up like a new penny. I think this mesquite will make a very nice serviceable handle. Turn the speed up a little bit now. We got it going. Always move the tool rest out of the way when sawing. I've been thinking about a way to finish off the end, and I finally figured it out as I was working this. So stay tuned. If you've been making coffee scoops and you got you a donut chuck, heck, you could put it in there and use that little donut chuck, and that would be an option. But the one that comes to mind that I kind of like is take advantage of my collet chuck. I've got a 1/4 inch collet chuck, so I simply, and if you had a bolt, you could cut off a bolt, but this is even simpler. Well, I find if I use 2 hands to hold 2 different objects, that one of them is going to hit the ground every time. I don't know if it's just me, but anyhow, get the collet in. But I happen to have a piece of this coarse rod handy. Wouldn't you know it? This is for my 1 1/4 inch, so I've got to put a spindle adapter on it. No problems. I happen to have one. A threaded insert that would adjust it to a 1 inch, so I just simply thread that in. And then, like I said, this will go all the way up through the spindle. Running a little bit untrue, but not a problem. Anchor the tool, ride the bevel, get the speed up a little bit. Spin the handle around. And now we're going to go ahead and put a little more Yorkshire grit on it because we got it handy and we can. Rub a little of that on there. Take that out. Unthread it. Have something to grab it by. Knock out bar. Thread it on there. And if it ever comes loose, I can put some CA or epoxy, but I got a feeling it's going to probably hold just fine like it is. And there's a knockout bar we can be proud of, and it'll be so much easier to use. Y'all come back here. Let's see, I'll just put it in my drawer. Well, it doesn't fit in that little drawer. That's all right. It'll fit in the big drawer.